PDFgear has been exposed as a high-risk program masquerading as a PDF tool. Sandbox analysis gave it an 8 out of 10 maliciousness score and flagged it under multiple threat categories including adware, spyware, and Trojan-like behavior. In plain terms, this installer behaves far more like malware than a legitimate PDF editor. It performs system-level actions that no normal PDF software should ever do, compromising the security and trust of the system. My verdict: PDFgear version 2.1.5 is not safe to run. The analysis found clear evidence of malicious techniques injecting code into trusted processes, installing surveillance hooks, adding a rogue root certificate, and manipulating the Windows registry in dangerous ways. These behaviors blur the line between a feature-rich free app and a Trojan horse, creating a serious threat to user privacy and system integrity. We will break down each of these findings in detail. This analysis is based on detonation of the PDFgear installer inside the triage, and anti-run Sandbox's trusted, industry-recognized malware analysis platforms, along with my own reverse engineering of the drop components and registry manipulation utilities. Links to the analysis will be provided. Issue 1. Code injection into trusted processes. The Sandbox recorded a detailed chain of suspicious memory injections, explicitly flagging PDFgear's installer, process ID 1088, PDFgear setup, for suspicious use of write process memory. The installer first writes into its own temporary execution file, PDFgear setup.temp, which then injects code into multiple instances of cmd.exe, process ID 4644, 5656, etc. Each compromised CMD process then executes legitimate Windows utilities, specifically tasklist.exe and find.exe to perform reconnaissance, searching for specific software processes like filewatcher.exe, which, by the way, is always running in the background if you install PDFgear, and it never asks for permission to be in the background, and it monitors specific folders for any new PDF files. This multi-stage chain demonstrates sophisticated malware behavior. The installer uses process injection to hide behind trusted Windows processes while conducting system reconnaissance. Additionally, the installer deploys regex.exe to manipulate the Windows registry, calling regina.exe 4 times, process ID 3772, 4584, etc., to perform deep system-level modifications actions that far exceed what any legitimate PDF editor requires. This entire behavior pattern precisely mirrors a MITRE attack technique, T1055, process injection, a classic defense evasion and persistence strategy employed by Trojan malware to evade detection and maintain control under the guise of legitimate system operations. Normal installers run as themselves one visible process that directly writes files and updates the registry using standard Windows methods. They never inject code into other programs or hide behind system processes like command prompt. According to Microsoft's official security criteria, legitimate software must not install, reinstall, or remove software without your permission, or attempt to hide or disguise its presence. Normal installers use standard Windows frameworks like MSI and make registry changes through documented APIs, never by spawning external tools or system utilities. In contrast, malicious installers employ multi-stage execution, inject malicious code directly into memory, and use techniques like DLL sideloading to evade detection. PDFgear's use of write process memory to inject into cmd.exe, combined with spawning tasklist.exe and regini.exe, matches the exact behavior profile of Trojanized installers documented by cybersecurity researchers at CrowdStrike, Kaspersky, and Trend Micro. No legitimate PDF editor operates this way. The second major violation is even more alarming. PDFgear silently installs a root certificate directly into your system's Trusted Root Certification Authority store. Let me repeat that silently. No prompt, no warning, no permission requested. The Sandbox logs show PDFgear writing directly to the Windows registry path that controls your system's most trusted certificates. A root certificate is the highest level of trust your computer recognizes. When you visit your bank's website and see that padlock icon, your computer trusts that connection because it's signed by a trusted root certificate. But when software installs its own root certificate without asking, it can intercept and decrypt all your HTTPS traffic, your banking sessions, your passwords, your private messages. It can make your computer trust fake websites that look identical to the real ones. It can sign malicious code that your antivirus will see as legitimate. The sandbox flagged this behavior as MITRE ATT&CK technique T155.3.004, install root certificate, a technique explicitly used by malware and spyware to compromise system security. The critical question, why was there no prompt? Windows is designed to warn users when root certificates are being installed. PDFgear bypassed this entirely, writing directly to the registry to avoid your consent. Any legitimate PDF software won't install root certificates. PDF editing doesn't require this level of system access. But malware and surveillance tools, they do this all the time. Regardless of what this specific certificate is for, the fact that it was installed without your knowledge or consent represents a complete compromise of your system's trust model. This isn't a security concern, it's a security catastrophe. The third issue is the most damning. PDFgear includes a utility called regex.exe that's specifically engineered to bypass Windows security protections. And before anyone claims this is speculation, it's not. Anyone can verify this themselves by dropping regex.exe into dnspy, a free decompiler, and reading the source code. We're providing a link to the full decompiled code and analysis. This is 100% reproducible. These aren't accusations, this is documented fact. First, regex.exe discovers every other PDF application installed on your system, then modifies the Windows registry to suppress their notification systems. It sets application association toasts, values to 0 for all of them, ensuring that when PDFgear hijacks your default PDF handler, no other software can notify you about the change. Second, it reverse engineers Microsoft's proprietary user choice hash algorithm. Windows 10 and 11 use this cryptographic hash specifically to prevent unauthorized programs from silently changing file associations. Microsoft never documented this algorithm, it's internal and deliberately obscured. Yet PDFgear implemented over 200 lines of code that replicate this exact algorithm, complete with MD5 hashing and complex integer operations. To make it work, regex.exe opens Windows Shell 32.dll and scans 5 megabytes of binary code to extract Microsoft's internal validation string. It then forges a user choice registry hash that Windows accepts as legitimate, making it appear that you manually chose PDFgear when you never did. Finally, it executes everything using reguni.exe in completely hidden mode. The code explicitly sets create no window equals true, and in window style equals hidden no windows, no prompts, no audit trails. You never see what's happening. This level of reverse engineering, decompiling Microsoft's undocumented security mechanisms, parsing system DLLs, suppressing competitor notifications, represents months of deliberate development work. And what makes this even more absurd, this software is available on the Microsoft Store. Microsoft is distributing an application that systematically subverts Microsoft's own security protections. Again, this isn't speculation. Download DNS-SPY. Analyze regex.exe source code yourself, and you'll see the exact same code. This is reproducible, documented, and undeniable evidence of deliberate security subversion. What we've covered so far is just the tip of the iceberg. Let me be crystal clear. PDFgear or PDFX, both are the exact same code by the way, exhibits behavior that is indistinguishable from sophisticated malware. And there are much more which I haven't covered yet, and I will do in future videos. This isn't aggressive marketing. This isn't poor software design. This is a systematic implementation of techniques documented in the MITRE-ATT-TACK framework, the industry standard for cataloging malware tactics. At best, PDFgear is unwanted software that uses deceptive practices, bypasses user consent, and violates system trust boundaries. At worst, it's active malware or part of a sleeper campaign waiting for activation. And sleeper campaigns are becoming increasingly common, where seemingly legitimate software is later weaponized through updates to deploy ransomware, steal credentials, or establish persistent backdoor access. The combination we see here is particularly alarming. Process injection to hide activities, certificate manipulation to intercept secure communications, sandbox evasion to avoid detection during analysis, volume shadow copy access, ransomware indicator, persistence mechanisms to survive reboots, comprehensive system reconnaissance. This is not speculation. Every single claim I've made is documented in the sandbox analysis reports, reproducible using free tools like Triage, AnyRun, and DNSpy. Verifiable by examining the actual source code of regex.exe full analysis reports, links to sandbox detonations, and the decompiled regex.exe source code will all be provided in the description below. My recommendation is absolute. Do not install PDFgear. If you have it installed, remove it immediately. There are dozens of legitimate PDF readers that don't require reverse engineering Microsoft security, hiding their activities behind system processes, or installing root certificates without permission. Use those instead. And the fact that Microsoft allows this software in their official Microsoft Store, that's a separate scandal that deserves investigation. Stay safe, verify everything, and remember, if software goes to extreme lengths to hide what it's doing from you, there's a reason.